Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for being interested in our upcoming study abroad trip in the summer of 2026 to Argentina and Chile. So, we are going to Chile and Argentina for 10 days. Our trip is comprised of mostly being in Santiago, Calamada, and Buenos Aires for a 10-day period. So my name is Kayla Alamami. I am a teacher at Northwest High School. I teach Spanish and English as a second language. I've been a teacher there for 6 years, and I've been doing these trips with my students for 5 years. This trip is not school sponsored. We are not affiliated. So I teach for Northwest, but I also do these study abroad trips on the side with the company that I am going to talk to you about today. So today we're going to talk to you about the value of travel, our travel partner, what we will see and do on our trip, what is included, what is not, and then also the price and how to enroll for our upcoming trip. So why travel? Traveling to me is so incredibly important. I think it is an opportunity for us to become more culturally aware. We are able to see other perspectives globally. We're able to also learn about ourselves as well as a human being. These are some of my pictures from past trips. My favorite one to talk about is, of course, this trip up here in the top left-hand corner. This was last summer, the summer of 2024. We went to Peru, and one of our excursions that was a part of the trip was to visit the floating islands of Euros. So most of the kids that I would say 100% of the kids were all super excited to go to Machu Picchu, which is this picture located here. And they really didn't know much about this area of the floating islands of Euros. I had seen this clearly, and I was so excited. It was the part of the trip that I was most excited for, and it actually was the part of the trip that majority of the students loved the most. So for this excursion that we were offered through this company, we were able to go and explore the floating islands of Euros, which is home to an indigenous group of people that live on top of Lake Titicaca. They taught us how they go out onto the lake, they chop the reeds, they tie the reeds, they put reeds on top of that, and they create an island that is floating, and they live there, they cook there, they play soccer there. Like, it was an amazing experience. They showed us how they cook and what they do for free time. We got to play soccer with these two little boys here. I actually got to hold the baby, which was cute. But they took us on a boat ride. It was just an amazing opportunity for our students to be able to see a completely different perspective, a completely different culture than something that they were used to. My other pictures, down here we have the Colosseum in Rome. This is Trafalgar Square, which is home to Big Ben, which is actually called the Queen's Tower. This is in Vatican City, where the Pope lives. We have also been to Costa Rica, so we were able to do zip lining. We were kayaking in the base of a volcano, which is actually this picture here. So why I travel is to broaden my horizons, to be able to see different cultures, to experience different people, and just to understand the world around us. And I think that the students, I truly believe that they are incredibly changed by these opportunities. So the company that I partner with, that I work for, is called EF Tours, and it stands for Education First. They prioritize education and safety. That is their two main things. They have nearly 60 years of experience. They also have staff on the ground 365 days of the year in over 50 countries all over the world. These blue dots actually represent where their offices are located. And down here, it's kind of hard to see, but this is Buenos Aires and this is Santiago, so they have two offices in the main cities that we are going to be visiting on our trip. They're also a world leader in international education, and they are accredited just like our school. So our education side of this company, what they do is they really want to make sure that they have the best way to help our students gain a new perspective and build the skills for future in their learning and just in their environments that they're exposed to. So They have a personalized learning guide, so they can use this to earn high school credit if they choose to do so. Our school is not affiliated with this company, so if you do go this route, you might have a little bit of hoops to jump through. They do offer college credit as well. They have 3 college credits if you decide that you would like to take a 16-week tuition-based course. This is after the tour that you would have to be a part of. And they also have college essay help. They offer a lot of assistance in this area. My sister actually went on the Peru trip with me, and she was able to write a scholarship essay. So she was able to use this college essay help to help her write her scholarship essay for another study abroad trip to go to Africa next summer. They are also they prioritize our safety, and they support us in this way as well. So they have local support and insight worldwide. They have a safety and incident response team that can react to anything that is happening. They are flexible to adapt to any unforeseen circumstances to tour. So for example, for Peru, maybe it was a few days before we were supposed to leave, there was a big earthquake in an area called Arequipa, and I was really worried that that was in a place very close to where we were going. It was not, thankfully. But they did tell me that, like, if another earthquake, were to happen or whatever, they would reroute us and make sure that we were safe and help us in any way that they could. So they also have a 24/7 tour director and chaperone team support, which I will talk about in our next slide. So I am the group leader. That's me. So I'm here to support all of you along with my chaperone team, which is me and Miss Siebert. Miss Morgan Siebert is an English teacher at Northwest, and she is also the Stu co-sponsor. We work together on these trips. We've been going on these trips together this will be our fourth trip together, and this will be my 6th trip with the company when we do this. So we work together to make sure that we support you, but we are there for the kids. Like, this is what we do, and we make sure that the kids come first. We prioritize them in every way, shape, form that we possibly could to do so. We also have a tour director that is with us 24/7. So we land in Santiago, the capital of Chile, and as soon as we go through immigration and we go through the doors of the airport, our tour director is there, and they have a sign, and they're like, "Hey, we're EF Tours. We're here to be with you," and that is our tour director. They are with us 24/7. So as soon as they pick us up from the airport, they stay with us at the hotels. They're on the bus with us. It is really awesome, and I'm in contact with our tour director a few months in advance. About a month, maybe 2 months in advance, and we talk about, like, all of the things that we look forward to, some things to be aware of, like if we are interested in seeing a certain thing, or if we have, like, we're really interested in the dance part or for the food or whatever it may be. So me and him or her are where we talk a lot to plan our trip to benefit the kids. There's also the traveler support team. This is a team that works for all of you, parents and students, to answer any possible questions. They talk about payments to dietary needs and more. They also are able to answer any what-ifs questions or how-tos. If anything happens with your portal that you would get, they help you with that. We also have a travel team. This team you won't meet. This is my team. They are the ones that do all the behind the scenes. They book the flights, they book the hotels, like, they let me know what's going on in every way, shape, and form to make sure that we have everything that we need. I also think that one of the reasons that I really love EF is because, like I said, the education comes first, and they prioritize the students. They prioritize the fact that this is a trip that is dedicated to helping a student learn how to travel, and every single student comes home changed. They set forth with a growth mindset, which all of our students are very familiar with from kindergarten. We have Leader in Me at our school, so they know that, what to do when they need to embrace new challenges. And we will have challenges, from anything to like, we're in the airport and I'm like, okay, guys, you have to have your passports out. We're going through, immigration. Like, here we go. If this is serious, it's just how to operate in an airport, or if they don't know how to order something, or if they experience a food that they don't like. There's challenges. There's challenges with travel, and they get to learn how to embrace those challenges and how to move forward. It also offers the students a global perspective. So they are our tour guide. They usually have like different prompts for us to answer. They have, different lessons with if we're traveling on the bus for a while. And so they share their global perspective of their country, but we're also able to understand like, how does this impact our community? What can we do to be better? Things like that. And that kind of falls into personal development. So students will discover more about themselves, what they can handle, what they can't handle, how to overcome challenges, how to operate, how to travel, and it also just widens their perspective, again, with other cultures and countries. And it also helps students to have action and impact by gaining those necessary skills to be more successful in the future. So our trip, now that I talked about our company that I partner with, is to Chile and Argentina. So this is kind of how it is going to go. So we're going to fly in to Santiago. We're going to travel to Valparaiso. We're going to then travel back up to Calama, back to Santiago, over to Buenos Aires, to Tigre, back, and then back home. So this is a snapshot of some of the highlights of things that we are going to do. This is only part of our itinerary. Our itinerary is jammed-packed. There is just so many things that we're going to be able to do because we only have 10 days. We want to make sure that we get the best experience for the amount of time that we have. So we're going to fly into Chile. We're going to take a tour of Santiago, which is the capital. We're going to then travel to Valparaiso, which is a surfing nonprofit. The Valparaiso is an area that has a surfing nonprofit. This is more of a bohemian, laid-back style city. And then we're going to take a tour of the city. We're also going to have a graffiti art class, which I will talk about momentarily during this time. Then we are going to go to Moon Valley, or Calama, and then we are going to go to Moon Valley, which is located in Calama. We're also going to discover the Atacama Salt Flats. This is the desert area in Chile. And then we're going to see the flamingos at the National Reserve. So this is Reñaca Beach. This is where we're going to explore the surfing nonprofit to learn more about that. This is Valparaiso, so this is more of a bohemian style, laid-back area, and we're going to be able to take a graffiti art class, so a street art class, because their city is covered with murals. It's what they're famous for. So I don't know if we want to take back graffiti lessons, but it is something that we're going to do to have a different experience. This is what Moon Valley looks like. We're going to take a hike through this area, and it is supposed to simulate as if you are walking on the moon. We are going to the Moon Valley Amphitheater. We're going to be able to stay there for a majority of the day and be able to see the sunset in this beautiful, beautiful area. It seems like it is more like the Grand Canyon. This is a terrible picture of a beautiful place that we are going to go to, but I could not find a better picture. This is the Atacama Salt Flats. And basically, there is a very dense layer of salt, and the water that sits on top is very thin, and it makes a mirror image, so it looks like you are, like if you were walking, it looks like it is reflecting from the sky, so it looks like you are walking within the air. Then we are going to fly back to Santiago. We're going to visit a local market. We're going to visit a local market. I adore visiting the local markets. It's a really amazing opportunity for students to explore different foods, different fruits, vegetables, etc., how an open air market works. They also get to kind of negotiate and bargain with people. They get to figure out how currency works in other countries. It is an amazing opportunity to be able to experience these local markets. They're also able to there's usually artists and different things that they can use in terms of like souvenirs, like they can buy souvenirs. Then we are going to take a cooking class. I'm not sure what we would be cooking yet, but I really hope that we get to cook empanadas. That is what Argentina is known for, so I'm very excited to take a cooking class. We were able to do this when I took students to Costa Rica. We made like sabao, which is a Costa Rican candy. We actually did make a form of empanadas, but they were made with corn flour, and we made tacos, and they were just, it was a really awesome, amazing day to be able to experience with my students. Then we are going to fly to Buenos Aires, so we're going from Chile to Argentina. We're going to take a guided tour of the city. So we're going to be seeing like the Plaza Mayo, which I will talk about momentarily, and I'm so excited to see this city. We are also going to participate in a traditional fiesta gaucha, which I have a picture in a second, but this is where the cowboys come in, because Argentina is known as like the Texas of South America. So cowboys, barbecue, all the things. We are also going to take a tango dance lesson and see a tango show. I am so excited about this as well. I really, really love to, see how different cultures have dances, and it just really tells a rich history of their country and their culture. Then we're going to take a boat ride on the Parana Delta to Tigre, which is another town, and then after that we will be traveling home. So that is our 10-day itinerary. So while we are in Buenos Aires, we are going to stroll through Plaza de Mayo. This is a very cultural hub, touristic area of Buenos Aires. This building here is called La Casa Rosada. This is the pink house. It is the equivalent to our White House. This is their government building. During this time, I really hope that we get to see Las Abuelas, which is a group of women who have been protesting since the 1970s, since the Dirty War. And it's not a protest like here. They're old ladies that hold a sign, and we teach about this a lot in Spanish too, so I'm just excited to see this. This is also where we were going to visit the gravesite of Eva Perón, which is an amazing person in Argentinian culture, and she was one of the first ladies, and she made a really huge impact on their society. So I am very, I really want to see this gravesite and learn more about Evita. So, this is a picture of the traditional Fiesta Gaucho. So, this is where the horses come in. I don't know how this is going to compare to our Jefferson County, fair or bull riding that we see here, but I am very excited. So, this is filled with barbecue. This is a whole day adventure. And talking about barbecue, we cannot talk about Argentina and Chile without mentioning the food. They are known for their meats. Beef especially is something that is highly, highly eaten in this area. They also have empanadas, which I am super excited to try. And they also have mate, which is a special type of tea. So we are going to experience lots of food. So these are our travel dates. We are set to travel the week of June 30th. So this is June 30th through July 9th, which is that first week of July. Now, we are traveling for 10 days. There is a little bit of wiggle room with this just because of the fact that, depending on hotels, depending on flights, things like that, we could leave anywhere between June 27th, but we also could leave a little bit later and have a latest return of July 12th. So it just kind of happens. And also our school could be combined with another school. In the past, we've been combined with a school from California, with a Girl Scout troop from Boston, I believe they were from. We've also been paired with 2 other schools on another trip. They were from New Mexico and Pittsburgh. So that was a really interesting experience. And by the end of the trip, all these kids are just so friendly, and they're like best friends by the end. So it's a really amazing opportunity. So, what is included in our itinerary other than the things that I already said? So, we have round trip airfare on major airline carriers. So, all of the flights are handled with the overall price that you pay. Our hotel stays, they usually do a mix of more Americanized places with with more localized places. Like for example, in Peru, one of the hotels that we stayed at just had like llamas like in the courtyard. It was beautiful, and that was not an Americanized hotel. That was more of a Peruvian style hotel. And where were we? I think we were in London. No, we weren't in London. I don't remember where we were. But Milan. We were in Milan. That's where we were. And they had a very medieval style hotel, and we got like a skeleton key. It was an awesome experience. Then we also have our meals. So breakfast and dinner is included every single day. So you do not have to pay for breakfast and dinner. You will have to pay for lunch, and I will talk about that momentarily. We also, like I mentioned, we have a tour director who will be with us 24/7. They pick us up, they drop us off when we leave. It is amazing. And we actually become really close with our tour director as well. We also have transportation on tour. This includes a comfortable motor coach bus, and we have our own bus driver as well. So the bus, the driver, our tour guide stays with us the whole time. And then we also have expert local guides. These are additional guides that when we go on more excursions, they have a well-versed knowledge of the specific place that we are going to. So you get me, Miss Siebert. You get our tour director, our bus driver with a personalized bus, and then also our local guide. So we have a lot of people within this group that are going to be keeping an eye on your child. We have guided sightseeing to all of our destinations, and then let me move this up. And then our entrances to landmarks and attractions. So anything that we go to that has a ticket attached to it, for example, the gravesite of Eva Perón, I do believe, that you need a ticket. So that would be covered in the price that you pay. So everything that we get, like I just said, our itinerary and logistics, everything we talked about getting on a tour. And then payments and protection, we have flexible payment options, personal tour fundraising page, global travel protection plan options, and protection of investments. Safety and support, we have a personal traveler account online, travel support team, 24/7 safety and incident response team, peace of mind program, and we also have personalized learning. So this is a project-based learning guide. High school and college credit options are available, and also, like I said, the college essay help. Things that you would be responsible for on this trip that are not included would be passports. You have to have a passport to travel, so that is something that you would have to do on your own. Baggage fees, if we decide to check bags, if that airline does not, if there is a fee that goes with that airline, then we would be responsible for paying that during that time. Tips for our local guide, bus driver, and tour director. I collect those before we even leave the States. So it's really awesome because all of our local guides that we have, I collect the money, we put the money in a card, they sign the card. Usually, our students, one or two of them will make a really awesome connection with our local guides, and then that person is responsible for tipping the person. So it's a really awesome interaction, and just being able to be gracious for this opportunity that we're given. And then snacks and some meals. So like I said, lunch is not included. Lunch, the students will have to pay for them. And sometimes just know that if we're in an area or we're traveling or something like that, our tour director will make suggestions or take us to a place where we will be eating. Sometimes we don't have the option as to where we eat. It's just what we have to do, and we eat there. They obviously get the choice of what they want to eat. Sorry, my dog. But just know that lunch is not included, but sometimes we have to make sure that we are all together and that we do not necessarily get to pick the place. And then snacks. The kids are always hungry, or they see ice cream or whatever, so just know that any snacks and extra things they will have to pay for. So booking with confidence, we have a couple of different things. Everyone has the Peace of Mind program. This program provides our group with flexibility to change our trip due to unforeseen circumstances. So, for example, when I was talking about the earthquakes in Arequipa, if that were to have been a place that we were going, we would be able to reroute our trip to make sure that everybody was safe and that we had the best experience possible. Then we have additional things. Everybody is able to get the global travel protection. This is included in the enrollment or in the overall price when you enroll. This is coverage for medical, baggage, trip cancellation, and more. So, for example, if we are hiking and you roll your ankle and you need to get medical attention, that would be covered. And then also, if you lose your baggage, your bag, EF will reimburse you for what has been lost. For example, one time we had to get rerouted because there was a big storm over in New Jersey, and we were supposed to fly out from St. Louis to New Jersey, but unfortunately there was a big storm, so we had to actually go to Denver. We paid for our hotel, the nights that we stayed, and then they reimbursed us for that. There is the Global Traveler Protection Plus plan. That's an additional $400. So it's the same coverage benefits as the regular one, with the addition to cancel for any reason, protection for up to 24 hours prior to departure. So if something were to happen, you get sick, you break your ankle, like something like that, you have a medical emergency, there's something happening with a family member, like if you opt to add that plus protection, then you could cancel up to any time before that. When we're talking about cancellation, if for some reason you would have to cancel, there is a percentage that you would not be reimbursed, but majority of your money you do get back. We have a risk-free enrollment period, so travelers who enroll by December 31st can cancel up to any reason up to 7 days after enrollment. So say you enroll tomorrow, after 7 days, then you would not get a full refund. So after 7 days, you get a $0 cancellation fee. Okay, the enrollment price to enroll into this trip, if you were to enroll like tonight, would be $95. You do not get that cancellation, or you do not get that enrollment fee back. So just know that up to 1 year prior to departure, if you cancel, you will have to spend $95. So making it happen, we do have flexible payment options. If you enroll by the 31st, you will get a $200 early enrollment discount. Our first option is a bi-weekly program, and that is $199 bi-weekly. This includes that $95 enrollment fee. Our monthly payment for this trip is $398. And then the overall grand total is $6,859. That is for a student. If you are an adult wanting to go, it is a little bit more. And the reason why it's more expensive is because with our student price, we book rooms 3 to 4 students in a room, whereas adults, we book 2 adults to a room. Okay? We do offer, we have a tour fundraising page, which is really awesome. Anyone can contribute. 100% of the donations goes towards the balance. And basically, like, you can post the link online and be like, great Aunt Sue, like, normally you send me $50 in the mail for my birthday. If you could just put that $50 in this link, that would be great. Or like, hey, everybody, my child's wanting to go to Argentina and Chile. Every bit helps. Like, feel free to donate to the cause. Okay? And we also have a Global Citizen Scholarship. So the company awards $100,000 in scholarships every year. They give $1,000 to 100 students, and any enrolled traveler may apply. It is comprised of an application and then a 3 to 4 minute video explaining like why they will need it. And this is on our website, so anyone can apply for that scholarship. I am wanting to do a workshop on how you can, best do this and hopefully get the scholarship. So that means that it is time to enroll if you are wanting to go on this amazing opportunity. The enrollment deadline is December 31st, so hopefully you want to go after hearing all the goodies that are in store for us. To secure your spot, you only have to pay $95, and then you would earn that $200 discount and risk-free enrollment if you enroll by our deadline. Okay. Okay, so $95, you get to go. So here is the QR code that you can scan to enroll, and I will send this out. So if you have any questions, please contact me. I cannot wait to hopefully take your student to these amazing places in Chile and Argentina in the summer of 2026. Thank you so much and have a wonderful day.